So, everybody knows me as the person who teaches all the real estate agents how to get their license in California and to help a real estate agent who has their real estate license and they've had it for more than 2 years to go ahead, take the 5 classes that are needed, and get their broker's license. So, with all that said, not only can I help them get their license, because I've helped over, I want to say it's over about 15,000 California realtors have their license today because of taking my exam prep class. So what I want to talk to you today about is buyers. Why do we have 3 buyers for every 1 house? Well, I sat and I thought about it, and then I had a phone call. I had a phone call from somebody who was looking to buy a house. Let's call her Tina. Hi, and thank you for showing up, because I love having people learn when I'm here. But it's great to also have people watch the videos, because then they can slow it down and speed it up, because I give lots of information. As my business partner says, she goes, you have gold nuggets. And if you watch my videos, every so often I drop a gold nugget. So I got this call from this young lady named Tina, and she said somebody had referred her to me to help her get her mortgage loan. And she's looking to buy her home for the first time. Well, a lot of people don't know that because I am licensed, I can help you buy a home. Because I know how to get the loans and I know the process of the loan, I can prep you before you apply for your loan. And if you're in California, you can do your loan with me and my business partner that does loans. If you're not in California, I can refer you to somebody that I trust that will help you and not overcharge you. And a lot of people think that they know how to shop for loans. And it's interesting because when somebody is looking to buy a home or they're looking at loans, okay, they think that it's easy to understand the loan estimate. And in reality, the loan estimate is kind of confusing. In fact, the first time I saw the new loan estimate, I thought, okay, so this is supposed to be easier to help buyers understand how much they're paying for their loan. In reality, it's so confusing that a lot of the loan officers don't even know how to do it right. In fact, a lot of times their processor is helping them through the process. So I was sitting there talking to Tina, this young lady that wants to buy a home, and she got all intimidated. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, I'm so scared. I'm like, what are you so scared about? Think about this. What are you scared about? She's like, well, I'm scared I'm going to get turned down. And I said, well, okay, first of all, you have to understand that I'm on your side. I'm going to walk you through the process, and I'm going to show you what you qualify for, so that when you're done talking to me, you'll know what to say and you'll know what you need to do to get your mortgage loan, okay? So the first thing I tell people to do when they're looking to understand how much they qualify for is, number 1, I want you to gather up your income. How much income do you have coming in? How much income shows on your tax returns? If you're self-employed, I need to know how much is the bottom line on how much money you make. If you're not self-employed and you're on a W-2 paycheck, I need to know what was on your W-2. So some people are self-employed, some people are commission only, some people are on salary. So it depends on how your money's coming in. Now you can also be, you can have a normal job and you can have a job on the side. Like I was talking to this lady, she's a social service worker and her husband has a landscaping business and they don't know how to do their tax returns for the landscaping business, and therefore they haven't done them. And I'm like, okay, so first of all, what you need to do is you need to do a DBA for the landscaping business. So the thing is what I want to let you know is, whether you're scared or you're embarrassed or you don't know the process, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help buyers understand the process of the loan. So what I'm going to do to help you guys, I hate to say the word free, and I guess I should put the word free all over this video, because I talked to my business partner, and what we do is we do the class on how to pass your real estate exam, or how to pass the national mortgage exam, or how to get your broker's license. Okay, we teach all that. But like I said, we can help you too, if you're not trying to become a realtor or a loan officer and you just want to buy your first home. So what I've decided to do is a free class. I did say free, and the free class is for buyers. If you're thinking about buying a home, or you're thinking you want to buy a home sometime but not yet, okay, you need to set yourself up to buy a home, okay? So what I did when I was young, I knew I don't know how I knew, but I knew I wanted to be a real estate investor. I did not grow up going, I'm going to be a realtor or I'm going to be a loan officer. I didn't do that. I didn't want to be a realtor or a loan officer. I wanted to buy property. And the reason I wanted to buy property, and you guys should be thinking the same thing, is when I'm 65 years old, which is not that far away, I want to not work. I want to just have money coming in from my rentals. Okay. I knew that when I was like 15. So when I became 18, I bought my first property. I bought a property, and unfortunately, interest rates went to 18%, from 8% to 18, and I could not buy the house I wanted, the condo I wanted. So quick like a bunny, fell out of escrow and found something I qualified for, because at that interest rate, I didn't qualify for the brand new, beautiful condo that I wanted. So instead of buying the brand new, beautiful condo that I wanted, I ended up buying an old, dilapidated, well, it wasn't dilapidated because a builder bought an apartment complex. After he bought the apartment complex, he changed them into separate units. And when he did that, he sold them off as what we call co-ops. And so I didn't know that when I was young. I knew nothing about real estate, and I had no idea that a co-op is not something that's going to be a great investment. Fortunately, the people who are running our homeowners association, 7 years goes by and nobody can sell their property. Why? Because they're co-ops. What's a co-op? Well, in California, not a lot of people buy co-ops. But in like New York, there's co-ops, and that's okay. But co-ops are usually, you have to pay cash for them, because you're only buying a percentage of the building. You're not buying the whole building or the whole condo. You're buying a percentage. And so because you're buying a percentage, you can't refinance it, because nobody's going to refinance a percentage of a building, and you can't sell it. So here we are, stuck with a property that I had no idea that my first investment was going to be a problem. Well, actually, it wasn't my first investment. It was like my second or third investment, because when I was young, my dad helped me buy a piece of property. I didn't even realize that. I did not buy my first property when I was 18. I bought my first property when I was younger, because my dad said, hey, you have the money to do it. I'm buying this is going to sound bad. I'm buying some land in Florida. It's like swampland, right? It ended up not being swampland, but we bought it under my dad's name. We used my money, and my dad taught me how to invest. So that's probably where I started investing. But anyway, so I didn't know anything about the loan process. I didn't know anything about this stuff. And I wasn't scared, because I knew I wanted to do it. And what you guys have to think about is, do you want to rent all your life? Because if you rent all your life, when you're 65, the rent that you're paying now, that's $4,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $1,800, whatever you're paying, is going to be 3 or 4 times the amount when you're 65. And how are you going to make that money when you're 65 to pay for rent? Where are you going to live? How are you going to set yourself up? Because you have to have an end game. And the end game is, what is your purpose in life? And how are you going to get to the end game? And what are you going to do to keep it? Because, if you don't start somewhere, you're never going to start. So hopefully you guys get this video, and you see free class. There's no commitments. There's no, you're not going to be stuck taking another class to another class to another class, because it's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be a live Zoom class on a certain day and time. Now, what we're going to do is, I'm going to have Arlene, that works for my company, with me. Every so often she helps me. She doesn't always work with me. She helps me. And what she will do is, she'll go ahead and she'll put a free class where you register for the class. If you register for the class but you can't make it and you let us know, then we'll give you the video free. But if you don't register for the class, you're going to have to pay for the video if you want to see it. So what we're going to do is, we're going to teach you step by step what you have to understand about how to get a home and what the qualifications are, so that you don't have to be scared. You don't have to be, oh my God, I'm dealing with the unknown. All you have to do is take the class. Or you can actually reach out to me, and I will pre-qualify you for free, and not really qualify you. Let's not call it pre-qualify. I'll walk you through the steps. So what you were going to do is, we're going to talk about your credit. Because credit, there's 3 things we care about. We care about your credit, we care about your income, and we care about your debt. Okay, got it? Credit, income, and debt. So what you want to look at is, you want to look at how much income you have coming in for the last 2 years, and how much debt you have every month. Do you have a student loan? Do you have a car payment? We don't care about your rent, because if you're paying rent and you buy something, you're not going to be paying rent anymore. Unless, I have a really good one, unless you can sublease. What does that mean? Sublease? Maybe you rented something for 5 years. And when you rented it, you're paying $1,500 a month. And now if you were to re-rent it, you would have to pay $2,000 a month. Well, what about not giving up that lease? What about making an extra $500 a month on your lease when you move out of that property and go to another one? There's so many things I can teach you about real estate. So if I gave you a teaser and you want to know more about real estate, put in the comments what you want to know about, and I'll do a video for you. Have an amazing evening, and I'm going to start back on the principles class, and I'll be up every so often, so watch for me live, and we'll talk soon. Have a great real estate day. Bye.